Well, I'll be a horse's ass. I'm back. Put the chair down a little bit. I don't know if you'll see me or not, and I know I'm backlit. So maybe we'll try this one. Good morning, this is Sue of Pursue the Dream with a tan and really white hair, I've noticed. I just finished a month as a volunteer camp host at Assateague, but I'm staying for 2 extra weeks because it's been very pleasant for the most part. And now the weather's beautiful. Today it's sunny and it's not so windy. It's been like winter. Gotta keep looking, make sure nobody's coming. It's been like winter the last few weeks. So yeah, it's been months since I've done a video because I kind of felt like I really hadn't done anything and I was in the midst of family problems or just family. Not necessarily problems, just family. So I arrived in Maryland back in May, but a few days after I got here, my mother, who is 96, was having dizzy spells, and she ended up, they put a pacemaker in. And so then she was in the hospital for a while and rehab for a while. The meds and the whole thing that led up to her fainting and falling again really kind of left a mark. And so she was having memory issues and had to learn. She could still walk, but she had to kind of learn to re-walk. She'd lost some of those skills. So when I left her last month, she was much better, but she's not going to recover 100%. I also picked up a couple hobbies that have kept me incredibly busy, and one of them is button collecting. Now, I had no idea people collected them as serious as they do. So there are books and guides and conventions and rare ones and not so rare ones, and trying to learn all the buttons, the different kinds of buttons, and what's valuable and what's not valuable. And I have gotten some up on Etsy. When I started sorting them, I realized how fascinating these are. These are shells, tiny shells with little etchings on them. This is a molded plastic, but again, the details are really fascinating. These are glass. How beautiful they are. That's kept me really busy. And then I've been doing my wire wrapping, and I've included buttons, but I've also, now that I'm at the beach, I've collected shells and processed all those, and I've got a million shells I've been wrapping and making just what I think are magnificently beautiful because I made them wrappings. Oh, I gotta do some work here. Hold on a second. Oh, I just have to wave them through. Thank you. I have been practicing and creating these things for about a year now. And to see if anybody would be interested in buying them, I decided to set up this summer. This was my first time at a Poultry Swap. I'd never heard of such a thing. Look at these beautiful chickens. I also did about 3 flea markets around the area. Didn't do well, but I'm not giving up. And now that I have shells, oh my goodness. They're like the buttons. Each one individually is gorgeous. And I keep making them, and they're sort of taking over the van. I was staying. I stayed in a little town called Thurmont in Maryland, near the Catoctin National Park. It was 10 miles from where my mom is, but it was really the closest thing. And I rented a spot there for 3 months.
Good morning. You hear the birds? It's lovely when it's quiet. And I'm getting ready to move on, so I have everything out of the van. Oh, got everything. I wanted you to hear that. That's my neighbor's rooster.
I loved listening to that rooster as long as he stayed on his side of the road. His owner couldn't tolerate silence and was really noisy all the time. This was the other thing that bothered me, is all this trash they have. I don't understand this at all, but it was just gross. Unusually unique, freaky kind of unique place. But it was safe. It turned out it was safe. There are a lot of people just lived there full time. And some people came and went, but mostly it was just people living there. Pretty cheap. Also, this summer, my daughter Olive flew in from Colorado for a little visit, and we took my mom out to eat a few times. My son drove up from Baltimore, and we had a little family reunion, 2 out of 3 kids at least, with my mom, and it was wonderful. And now summer's definitely over, and I'll be heading west soon. Here's something different I got to do. A ride up the wild side from the campground to the northern tip of the island. So sit back and enjoy a little ride down the coast of what is normally an unseen part of the island. The most exciting thing I've done is learn how to cook in a Dutch oven. So I'm going to do some cinnamon rolls tonight and show you how easy, how fantastic a Dutch oven can be. I don't know what I thought a Dutch oven was, but oven is the key word in those two. I don't know about the Dutch, but the oven. It works just like an oven. It's just fabulous, and it adds some, I guess, a little variety to the kinds of things you can do on a campfire, and one of those is bake. Right now, it's time to move on. So join me next time as I do Dutch oven cooking.